Yeah.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. I'm Nick, KN6DAL, tonight's coordinator, and we want to say a big thanks to the W6VVR repeater and the Vacaville Radio Club. Also, thank you to the Freestar Network for the use of their repeaters and all of their digital connections that are linked up. Also to the owners and operators of the Mountain West system. And then we also have a new link tonight on the WX5NAS repeater system. Also a big thanks to Mike, WG5EEK, Greg, KN6KIE, and Brian, KK6BXP, for all of their continued networking efforts.
VVR repeater.
Hello. All right, let's just take a second, see if there's any emergency or priority traffic. If there is at any point during the anti-net, you can always say break, break with your call sign, and we'll clear the air for you. But let's see if we got any at this time.
The one time I have my keyboard ready to go. Jesus.
All right, the 2 Meter Crew is not an actual club. We're just a group of hams that are learning and enjoying all things ham related. We are barely even organized. There's no dues or fees to be a 2 Meter Crew member. And if you want more information on us, you can visit our website at the2metercrew.net. And you can also join our Discord. There's links in the description on YouTube if you'd like to do that. This is an open net. It's open for everybody. New guests are welcome to join in and chime in and say hi. The 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net meets every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., which is 4 a.m. UTC on the W6VVR repeater. And we also have a bunch of digital connections that are available. Echolink W6VVR-R through Allstar Nodes 51094 and 512342. Also through DMR Talk Group 31741117, YSF Reflector 50462. Freestar has Allstar links at 2195 and 2196. The Mountain West Network is on P25 and DMR through their Talk Group and Reflector IDs on that is 31062. Also, we're linked to the Mad Scientist Amateur Radio Club in San Mateo, California. And you can always check out our Zoom chat if you want to join. There will be links here shortly in the description on YouTube. Last but not least, we are streaming live right now at Northwest Ham Shack. If you like and subscribe to the channel, you can get notifications on when we go live next. And hope everybody can join. Do we have any stations out there that have never checked in with us before, or any new operators that maybe just recently got their license, or maybe you just upgraded your call? If that's you, come on in now. All right, no new licenses. So now we'll open it up to any and all traffic. Anybody that would like to check into the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net, come on in.
Whiskey Alpha 6, November Delta Romeo is on YSF Reflector 50462 and the YouTube channel.
Hey, Rick, it's good to hear you out there. Yeah, I saw your comment there on YouTube. Hopefully everything's going good for you. Haven't seen you in a couple weeks, and it's good to see that YSF reflector there is getting its legs stretched a little bit. So we don't really have much of a topic tonight, but tell us a little bit about your week and how things are going as far as the hobby.
Okay, well, I have been putting quite a bit of time into Meshtastic. If you do a Google search on Meshtastic, it is a little $35 radio, 900 megahertz, that allows Bluetooth to and from your phone, and 900 megahertz, both licensed for hams and unlicensed. There's a way to use it too. But for search and rescue and people that are totally isolated, as it makes an immediate mesh network. So if you're within a mile of somebody else in your group, you can send and receive text messages to anybody in the group that's all connected, and also see a map with everyone's location. So look up on the web Meshtastic. Another guy and I got these working here in Spokane. Back to you, Nick.
All right. Well, you got me excited right out of the gate here. So I don't know if you're available, but I'd love to have you on the Zoom chat tonight to tell us a little bit about it if you're free. But I wrote that down, and I'll definitely look into it. That sounds pretty fascinating, to be honest with you. So I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you were able to get it up and running. And it sounds like it's something that's pretty financially feasible for most people. If you can buy a Baofeng, you can buy this, right? So. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you checking in with us, WA6NDR. Let's see who else we got out there. This is Nick, KN6DAL, with the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Who else do we got out there that would like to check in tonight?
Seven, IVU, US 7 India Bravo uniform, Striker in Olympia.
All right, Stryker, how's it going tonight? There was somebody that was right behind you, so other stations stand by. We'll take the check-in from Stryker here, and then we'll see who else we got out there. So how's things up in Olympia, and how's the hobby treating you this week?
Things are good here, Nick. Thanks for asking. Hobby's treating me pretty good. Always enjoy it. Have a 7300 I've been messing around with. Can't push the big button yet, but I got about 72 feet of wire out of the shack, and I've just been doing some listening and poking around, seeing what the different bands are like. On the comment of Meshtastic from the last station, KI6 NAZ Crash Course, a couple months ago, he grabbed a couple of those devices as well and did some testing, and there's a few videos he did on that. The only bad thing I heard about them is they're hard to get now because of the state of the world supply chain. So aside from that, they're great.
Yeah, we could go on and on about supply chain issues, but that's definitely something I'm looking forward to checking out and seeing if I can get into. Do you own one of these, Stryker?
I don't. I have too many projects on my own that I don't need to be digging into other ones. And funny enough, I just keyed up right next to my sink. It's one of those touchless ones, and it just turned itself on. So, yay, RF fun. But no, I don't own one of the Meshtastic devices. Maybe in the future sometime.
Well, super cool, man. I appreciate you checking in with us tonight. I think there was a station that you had beat out in a double there, so we'll see if they want to come back in. Any other stations, come on in now.
Kilo, November 6, Victor, November, Quebec, KN6, VNQ. Good evening.
KN6 VNQ, how you doing tonight, and how's the week in the hobby treated you?
Good evening, Nick and the Net. This is Brian, KN6 VNQ, transmitting from Woodland via Echolink. Hobby's been pretty good. I've been doing quite a few POTA activations recently. I've been activating the Woodland Opera House, and getting pretty good. Every single time I bump up the amount of contacts. I went out, got 20, next time got 30, more recently got 40. So POTA's doing pretty good. I guess a nice little topic I can kind of throw in the net is merchandise. Out of curiosity, how many people have maybe a sweater or a t-shirt or patch or hat, whatever, that's got their call sign, and how much attention that's actually drawn from just random strangers you'd meet, let's say, walking in Costco or something like that. So just a nice little topic. I've gotten a little bit of attention with the hat and the shirt that I tend to wear. So good to hear everyone on the net tonight. KN6 VNQ.
Yeah, thanks for checking in. Servando's raising his hand, so I'm going to pass it over to Servando. KN6DAL to K6SRV. Take it away.
K6SRV. Hey, what's up, Brian? If I'm not mistaken, you are the president or the vice president of the Bark Repeater. Is that right?
That is correct. I am the current sitting vice president for the Berryessa Amateur Radio Club. I think I made contact with you as well during during Winter Field Day. If you've got KE6YUV in your log, that was me that talked to you. I thought it was your call sign, but I couldn't remember exactly. I know you were. I think you were at the Pickle during that field day, but yeah, I am still the vice president, serving my second term at the moment.
Very cool, dude. Yeah, good to have you on the net. And yeah, that was probably me. It was it was a lot of fun up there on the Pickle. That's, you're a local if you know about the Pickle. But yeah, at the Opera House, I try to activate that one, and that one's hard, man. I got a lot of looks, and I was like, nope, I can't do it. So kudos to you for keeping that one alive, man.
KN6VNQ for ID. Yeah, the Opera House is a bit of a difficult one. You don't really have space or enough land at that property to set up an antenna or anything portable, really. So a solution that I came up with was I bought one of the tram mounts, the magnet mounts, off of Amazon for, what, $20-30. And I just take my Wolf River coils 18-foot width and screw it in on top and sit inside the truck. Just have the coax come down. I got my little 891 Bioenno battery, my laptop sitting in my lap, and just kind of operate from the parking lot. And on days where it's pretty packed, I'll just run over to the post office parking lot because it's still pretty close in distance. And I think technically I'm still within feet of it. So it's difficult, but it's not impossible.
K6SRV. Yeah, man. No, you're absolutely right. And if anybody listening in, you got to try FOTA, man. If you're thinking about it, do it. If you're not thinking about it, do it. So give it a shot. Hey, thanks for checking in, Brian. It's good talking to you, man. K6SRV.
All right. Thanks, Vondo, and thanks, Brian. KN60AL looking for check-ins for the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Any and all stations, come on in now.
Net control, please check in Kilo, Oscar 4, Tango, Foxtrot, Josh, Lexington, Kentucky.
All right, I got KO4TFF, Josh in Kentucky. You sound great coming in tonight. Out of curiosity, what mode are you using? And not much for the topic, just checking in to see how everybody's week in ham radio is going. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, Net control, fairly new tech. Got my license back in September. Just recently downloaded Echolink and just actually trying to get my feet wet with Echolink now. Getting a little bit more comfortable using my HT that I have. So I'm trying to play around some with Echolink, but just got my license back in September. Back to Net.
Well, Josh, you landed in a safe place. We love having new operators come on and join us and say hi. We meet here every Wednesday night, and we're linked through several different digital connections. Obviously, Echolink, as well as many other Allstar and YSF, DMR, P25 modes that you can access. If you have any other questions or anything, you can always join our Discord. There's links in the YouTube description. We're live streaming right now at Northwest Ham Shack on YouTube. And you're welcome to jump in and join our Zoom chat too if you're interested. We have a live Zoom chat with people who jump in and say hi, and we always love having new people come out. So congratulations on getting your ticket, and hopefully you're working hard towards getting an upgrade at some point, and just enjoy the hobby. So thanks for checking in with us tonight. Let's see who else we got out there. Any other stations come on in now?
Check the chat.
What did you say?
I said check the chat, bro. We want to ask questions. What his favorite node is, what his favorite room is. Dave is like, what HT is he using?
Okay. All right. Wait. We're not moving on. This is Nick, KN60AL. Josh, KO4TFF. We have a couple questions for you from the panel. First off, let's hear from Dave. Go.
Yeah, hey Josh, KN6MEB. Just wondering what HT you're using as you're getting into the hobby.
Yeah, my HT's a very inexpensive, the Baofeng 82. Tonight I'm coming in on Echolink, but it's through the Allstar Node.
What Allstar Node are you using? or he said Echolink, didn't he?
Yeah.
45806 Allstar Node. But like I said, I've got the Echolink is what I've downloaded, but it's on Allstar tonight.
Okay. Yeah, there's so many connections that are hooked up right now that it's hard to like that. I didn't even know that Allstar Node was linked to us, or I'm sorry, not Allstar Node, but that Allstar Node was even linked to Echolink. So that's interesting. I'm gonna look that one up after the net. And then Servando, did you have a question?
K6SRV. I was learning. My daughter's learning ASL, and this is F, and this is G, or this is G. So I was saying Fang Gang. You know what I mean? No, I didn't have anything other than for Josh. One more question. Since you're getting into the digital side of things, what's your favorite node or room? Like, where is your favorite like hangout spot? Even if all you do is listen, or if you participate, like where's your go-to? Is it a local repeater? Is it a room? Like where do you stay? Where do you reside?
Where is your home?
Where is your home?
I have been going all over. I've been going in the different zones and through the different continents and just trying to find multiple links and then seeing if it's an open net that's being run. That's how I've been doing it.
Yeah,
right on, Josh.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to cut you off, Nick. Sorry.
No,
that's
you're totally
right on. Right on, Josh, man. I think that's how. I mean, I think everyone who gets into digital, that's what we all do, right, Nick? Like, we go to everything. Like,
yeah, you just go anywhere you can find. You find a place to talk, and if there's nobody talking, just key up and say hi and see if anybody comes back to you. You know, and, you never know. There's oftentimes in some of those rooms that seem rather quiet, there will sometimes be 15, 20 people monitoring. You know, and you might be the person that strikes up the conversation. So super cool. Well, let's move on. Let's see who else we got out there. Any other stations want to check into the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net? Come on in.
KB7RQQ, Todd in Vancouver, coming in on Mountain West P25.
All right, KB7RQQ. I think you checked in last week too. It's good to hear from you. How's your week in ham radio been?
Oh, pretty good. I've been kind of enjoying a little more activity on 10 and 17 there, and when I have time, but it's been a pretty work-heavy week, so you need a little more time for HF there.
Yeah, totally. It's funny. I love it when I hear somebody say they've been working on 17 meters because my very first HF contact was on 17 meters, and I was like shaking. I was so excited, and it was I made contact with I forget the name, I forget the call sign, but he was in Idaho and I was in California at the time, and I had just worked with all of my local friends on the repeater to get my first HF set up, and I had a G5 RV like basically like laying against the roof of my house, and the whole deal. But 17 meters is always fun to work. But I appreciate you checking in with us tonight. What rig are you using on HF?
Primarily my Yaesu FT920 older radio. Actually, all my radios are older. I've got a 7.6 here too that I leave on 2400 there for 10 meters. But yeah, main radio is an old Yaesu FT920.
Well, awesome. I definitely appreciate you checking in with us tonight. Some people consider things old, and then you have Dan's equipment. He up until I don't remember how long. I remember you telling me one time I don't have anything that's newer than how old you were, or something like that. and then I think you finally broke and got something newer, but I don't remember what it was. So I always love hearing a little bit about Dan's shack. You want to take it away?
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Let's see. It's like KB7RQQ N6CTR. So I collect vacuum tube transceivers. I think the newest radio I had for a while was from 1978. It used vacuum tubes. And the only reason I bought a modern radio, if I'm being completely truthful right now with the net, is because I was participating in my first field day, and vacuum tube radios, there's all kinds of crap that you have to haul with you. And the radio needs 5 different voltages. There's no digital frequency that locks. You're spinning a dial and trying to get the voice right to figure out what frequency you're on. So anyway, I bought a Yaesu 891 for field day, and that's my go-to SOTA/field day radio in 6CTR. Back to you, Nick.
All right, KN60AL. Thanks, Stan. Always good to hear from you. We've also got Dave in the chat here, KN6MEB. I know you chimed in with a little bit of cross chat there earlier, but tell us a little bit about what you got behind you. We were talking a little bit before the we went live, and why don't you tell the world what you got going on in ham radio?
Yeah, Nick, thanks very much. This is Dave, KN6MEB. I've been working on building a shack, and I'm actually converting this old shed that was owned by a neighbor for it. I'm not even sure when it was built. It's old. It's not as old as I am, but I know it's been around for quite a few years. It's definitely older than 30 years old. And the guy next door was a carpenter and just built it out of kind of scrap material he picked up along the way. And so just having a great time getting this thing ready. The roof was leaking. It's a good solid building, but it needed a new roof. So I've been working a lot on that and kind of taking breaks on that to work a little bit on 40 meters and just kind of figure out how things are going to work out in my yard for the future shack and future space. So having a great time and asking Bondo a lot of questions and posting on Discord and kind of just getting some things figured out. I'm just kind of started turning on my 991A and trying to figure out how that thing works. It's a pretty complicated radio. It's great. It does a lot of great things, but to work it through the main, screen of the menu, you really need to kind of find your way around that. And so kind of looking into some other options to make that a little more simple. I've got a new refreshed computer that a friend sent to me that's ready to go in the shack once it gets a roof on it and some power and everything else back that I already ripped out. But just having a good time and really getting into the hobby and having fun.
Awesome, Dave. Thanks for checking in with us tonight. This is Nick, KN6DAL. Looking for check-ins for the 2 Meter Crew Anti-Net. Any stations, come on in now.
Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee, Robert in Sydney.
VK2DY, Robert, good morning to you, I believe. I might have gotten that completely messed up because I'm not very good with the timing on that side of the world. I'd be curious to know exactly what time it is over there. How you doing today? And welcome, and tell us a little bit about how your week's been in the hobby.
Yes, good afternoon, actually. It's 3:27 p.m. Thursday afternoon. It's Robert, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee. I'm located in a suburb called Kellyville Ridge, which is basically on the northwest corner of the urban sprawl of Sydney. About, 45 kilometers from the Opera House and everything in the Central Business District. Did I give my call sign? BK2DY in case I didn't. 34.2 degrees Celsius according to my thermometer in the backyard. Sun is shining at the moment. 32.4 is, I guess, about 94 Fahrenheit, something like that. Anyway, it's a readable guess. And sunny. I guess we're expecting rain later this evening, but at this point, it's a nice, warm summer's day out there. As far as my week in ham radio, well, basically the same as most other weeks, just checking into a bunch of nets. I run a Echolink conference called HAM, H-A-M, and so I hang out there and connect up a bunch of nets to it, check into some of them, just listen to others. So I haven't really done anything exciting in amateur radio for a couple weeks. But let me reset for a second. I just remembered the Waverly Amateur Radio Society is planning its annual ferries contest, where you get on the ferries. Sydney has, I think, 8 different ferry lines and about 40 wharves, and you get onto the ferries with your handheld 2-meter 440, and you travel back and forth between the ferries and the wharves and everything else, and you try to make contact with other hams who are doing that. That comes up first Sunday in March. I think that's anyway, it's kind of an exciting. I've participated in it in the past. It hasn't been held in the last years because of COVID, but looks like this year they may be removing all the COVID restrictions at the end of the month. So I think it's going to go through this year. They'll probably have the contest. So I may participate this year. VK2DY, back to net.
All right, VK2DY. I have a follow-up question on that. If you could tell me when I go back to you what the name of that coordinated event is, because that's interesting. So up in I'm located in Everett, Washington, and our Puget Sound area has a pretty large network of ferries that travel to and from different islands and stuff. And I've never heard of that before, and I think it's kind of interesting, and it makes me want to go get a handheld and get on a ferry. So I'm curious what that's called, just so I can look that up and kind of see how you guys coordinate that down there. But I'll let you take it back. Go ahead, Robert. UK2DY.
Yeah, VK2DY here. The group that coordinates it is the Waverly Amateur Radio Society, which is the oldest amateur radio society in Australia. It's 105 years old or something. Anyway, it's the oldest club in Australia. Waverly, W-A-V-E-R-L-E-Y, I think is right. May be wrong. Anyway, they call it the Sydney Ferries Contest, I believe. They have it on Facebook, and I'll have to look up what their web page is, but I know they have it on their Facebook page. So if you just go to Facebook and look for Sydney Ferry Contest, I think you'll find it. VK2DY.
Yeah, that's an interesting take on an event. I like that. I appreciate you bringing the info to the table and checking in with us tonight. Hopefully we see you around next week, and keep in mind you're always welcome to join our Zoom chat on there's links on YouTube at Northwest Ham Shack if you're interested in that. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2-meter crew anti-net. Looking for any other check-ins that wish to come on in and now. No.
Wow, really? Whoa, you have a stroke?
I'm okay.
You have diabetes? You have low blood sugar?
I might.
I might too, dude. I have a strong headache, but it could be the alcohol.
Just drink more of it and see, like Connor said earlier. Try the first half and then double up.
Yeah, 50% is horrible advice.
Speaking of Connor, we haven't heard from him. Are you there,
Yeah,
Connor?
what's up, dude?
Yeah, I'm calling on you. All right, K7CBL from KN6DAL and the 2-meter crew anti-net. Connor, take it away.
K7CBL. Yeah, I ain't really got much to say here. Put me on the spot. I've been back and forth from the desk here. Just been super busy. Been hanging out down in the South Bay. It's been today it was 75 degrees, so I was just kind of happy to get out of the little bit of the freezing cold that we've had up here. Well, what I guess Bay Area people call cold, so the 34-degree nights, 35-degree nights, where it's just not fun, and the 50-degree days where you either have to wear a hoodie because it's it's a little too chilly to not wear a hoodie, but then when you start moving around, you start sweating. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, back to net control. We should hear from what Nick has to say. How have you been, Nick? How you been doing? KN6DAL, take it away. The tables have turned.
You know, it's funny, Connor, KN6DAL here. I just was overhearing a conversation on the way home on a repeater on a local repeater, and they were talking about how awesome the weather was today because it got up to 50 degrees. So that just kind of gives you perspective, like from one area to the other. And I get it, because I'm sort of a warm body. I don't really like being cold, so I'm in the wrong region. But when I was down in California, I loved the heat down there. And up here, I get cold really easy. But, when it's 30, 40 degrees every single day for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then it bumps up to 50, 55 degrees, everybody's super excited about it. And it may not seem like much, but for us, we'll take it as a win. And if it doesn't rain up here, that's a whole nother thing. That seems to happen all the time. But no, for my week in radio, I haven't really done much. I have a hard time, getting on during the week because I just run out of time during the day. I did make a couple contacts on HF on 20 and 80 meters on Sunday, and that was about it. So pretty slow. Got a couple projects brewing, but like with anything, they're always, maintained projects, just building antennas and stuff. So yeah. That's all out of me, but let's see who else we got out there. This is Nick, KN6DAL with the 2-meter crew anti-net. Any stations that wish to check in, come on in now.
You got to pick on Todd, dude.
He already checked in.
KO4TFF, one comment to net, reference your weather statement.
I thought I heard KO4AFF, but that might have been KO4TFF, Josh. But take it away.
Sorry about that, Matt. Yeah, you were correct. KO4TFF. Just a quick comment on your weather as far as putting in perspective. We had single digits here last week. Today it hit 56, so all the kids were in short sleeves and like it was a summer day. Back to Matt.
Yeah, it's crazy how those temperature swings can really change the way you feel about it. Down in California, everybody's spoiled because the weather is like perfect all the time. And then you move to a normal part of the country and the weather's cold. So you guys are all spoiled rotten down there. KN6DAL, I might have just shook the bee's nest. I don't know, but let's see if we have any other check-ins. We're going to be wrapping it up here pretty soon. Anybody that wishes to check into the 2-meter crew anti-net, take it away.
Have an LWV.
All right, I think I missed the prefix there. I got 7LWV. Come on back.
This is Larry. My area call is Nancy 7 Lima Whiskey Bravo. I am located in Bakersfield, California. I'm coming in through DMR through the Mountain West system on 44. It's the Round Mountain repeater. And anyway, just enjoying listening to the net. Today's high was probably around, I think, about 75 or 76 today. So it was really nice. It's not cold here at all.
Just rubbing it in. All right, Larry, thanks for checking in with us. Yeah, I would take 75, 76 right now because that would be nice. I almost feel like when I moved back up here, like I almost kind of like, I don't want to say depressed, but you can tell when you don't get as much sunlight. Like, when you spend a whole weekend out, like playing radio or hiking or doing something outside, you can tell, like it just makes you feel good. But, yeah, I appreciate the check-in, Larry. Let's see who else we got out there. Any other stations want to check in before we shut it down?
We can hear you listening. Don't be shy.
All right, I think that about wraps it up for the RF portion of tonight. We're still going to keep Zoom going for a little bit. If anybody wants to jump in on the Zoom chat, you can join by checking the link at Northwest Ham Shack on the live feed. We'll still be going here for a little bit. You're welcome to join in. And I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, and I definitely appreciate all of the digital connections and the repeater connections that everyone has set up. It definitely makes a huge difference and keeps everybody active. So until next week, stay safe and do something fun with the hobby. 7-3 to everybody. All right. I'm going to kill these links before I forget.
Bro. You didn't let Dan talk about the tower we took down over the weekend, man.
Dan had an opportunity to talk. He
did.
He was all flabbergasted that I called on him.
True. Vonda was supposed to talk about the tower. He did more work than
I'll talk about it. I didn't do anything. I was just holding the line. And then I sent peanut butter and jelly sandwiches up to Kellen, who was literally doing all the work. He was literally doing all the work.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Dave looks like a ghost. There he is. He came back. He faded in, dude. Dave, he faded in. Look at that. Oh, nice. Whiskey.
Is that scotch?
Oh, scotch. My bad. Sorry, man. I'm Mexican.
Rick's about to show up. I gotta see this. I gotta see this thing that he was talking about, the mesh-tastic. You got a picture? You got what it is right there in front of you? Oh, it looks so delicate.
Dude, that looks like some Nick stuff right there. That looks like some Nick stuff.
I need a 3D print a case for it before I even buy it.
There are a lot of metal cases. I just didn't get one yet. So anyway, this is it. And there's a big battery on the back.
Okay.
I would just hollow out a Bible and put it in there, dude. Put the antenna on top.
That almost looks like you could for $35. That almost looks like you could run it. What kind of show it? It almost looks like an MMDVM hat on a pie.
It does. Yeah.
Well, let's see. It's actually on. I can show you the display too. So I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, dude, that's sweet.
Wow.
Anyway, it's got a little LCD display, and that's right now showing latitude, longitude, elevation, and the channel type that it's on. But anyway,
it shows elevation on the unit itself.
Yeah, it's got a GPS receiver on it, and it's this is actually fixed, so I can use it indoors. But when you're outside, it actually picks up GPS and it works. And
wait a minute.
Yeah,
Rick, hold on. Wait a minute, Rick. Well, hold on.
I'm gonna go broke.
Yeah, dude. Wait a minute. This thing transmits. This thing emits packets to APRS.
This thing has, get this. It has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 900 megahertz, and USB to a computer. So you set it up by a USB connection to your computer, and that's how you program it and stuff like that. Then when you're out in the wild, you talk to it Bluetooth from your phone. And there's an Android app. If you look up on Google Play, I don't think there's one for Apple yet, but on Android, it's called Meshtastic. So if you look at Google Play, you got Meshtastic. It communicates with it when it's in your pocket, okay, by Bluetooth. And this antenna communicates to other of the same boards. So you can have people up to a mile away, say, and as long as, like, say you've got one person a mile away, then another one that's 2 miles away, another one 3 miles away. It's a mesh network. So you can send a text message and it goes to everybody's phones that are on your channel.
That's pretty cool, man. Cool. I like that. You know what I'm thinking already?
And on the phone, it actually will show you a map of where everybody is currently standing, so you can keep track of how far you are from given people. And all the dots on the map have a 3-character ID. Like I'm WA6NDR, it's W6N, and it shortens it to that. But those all appear on the map, so you know who's who.
Where did you buy it?
That is in the. Did you get my email, Nick?
Let me take a look.
That's bullshit.
There's
man,
a link
Nick has
in there
not
that
disseminated that information. He has not spread this information. You got an email, Nick?
I can put it in the chat here. I can't put it in the chat.
I think you should, because Nick is trying to keep this for himself.
I'm just trying to order it before the price goes up.
No, that's really cool. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking of just putting that in like one of those like waterproof cases, right? And then make it like a permanent, like in your truck, hardwired, with a dedicated, like way nice antenna. And then it can be your like all the time APRS, you know, because it sucks to use the 400 XDR. It takes up that B band, right? It takes up, you know, if you want to monitor, if you want to be on one repeater and then monitor, I don't know, .52, because people out here are always on it. It'd be nice to have like a dedicated APRS rig, man. And especially if it could do the whole mesh thing, it ties in with your phone.
You can use it.
900.
You can get frequency options. You can do you can do ham band UHF. You can do 868 megahertz, 915, or 923.
I'm surprised Connor hasn't chimed in when he said 900 megahertz. That should be.
I know. I'm surprised Connor's not freaking out.
Right?
I already have
Connor. Oh, shut up, Connor.
You bought it
them
from
in Pringles cans.
Did you buy it on AliExpress?
I did get it from AliExpress, and I just looked at my notes. I ordered it November 12th, and it arrived January 21st.
Oof.
Whoa.
Okay, so for $20 more, you can get it on Amazon, and I think they got it in stock.
Okay.
It's $48.
That's where I got them. Oh, that's not
bad.
I paid for them.
So
that's not how much I paid for them.
They're $50. So right now, 48.
What did you pay for them, Connor? $17 and some change or something? What?
Did
you pull a trick?
23 per.
$23. Okay. Well, Connor's special, Rick. Don't pay attention to that guy.
I have mine in Pringles cans.
Yeah, he's on the spectrum.
Just spray painted. Okay. I'm gonna be nice because
sending some more links.
That's awesome, Rick. Man, I appreciate that. I'm gonna look into that. It's really cool. You know what this looks like? This looks like something. What's his name would review?
Ashi?
Yes.
That's actually where I saw it.
Oh,
what?
Really? Okay.
Oh, so he reviewed it already.
Yeah, I don't know much more about it. I just caught a part of a video about it and thought, okay, that's a rabbit hole I don't need to go down right now.
Right. Yeah, what gets me is the APRS. I really dig APRS. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's set in your location. But I mean, we all have call signs. I mean, get over it. APRS is dope. I really enjoy APRS.
There's 3 more links now. One is to the Meshtastic site. One is to a place that I thought was a really good introduction. And the last one is a post I made of a spectrum analyzer looking at the signal.
Okay.
And you sent these links where? Oh, it's right here. It's in the chat. I'm on my. Oh.
You know, it sometimes really just amazes me what we're doing right now. The whole YouTube thing, Zoom, links, information exchange. You realize when I grew up I was a techie back in the 80s.
You were flying notes on canaries from one place to another.
Dude, we're
I mean, a 2400 baud local BBS was the just cat's meow,
Dude, we're like Tron, man. We're at the digital frontier. We're always at the front of it, man. We're always riding that wave.
I don't want to age myself, but I remember paying like $600 for a 2400 baud modem.
Yeah.
How much?
I want to say I had back in the BBS days, was like, what, 83 maybe, or I don't know, had a 300 baud Hayes modem. And the 2400 came out, and I think I paid $600 for it.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I mean, dude, like back in those days, I mean, God, that was like the creme of la creme. But now.
Oh, it was 2400 baud,
Right.
by the way, was faster than you could read, or just about. And that was like, why go any faster? You can't read this fast.
Yeah, 300 about matched typing speed. It seemed like you could, almost keep up with it.
Yeah, now stuff is coming faster than we can even. I mean, Jesus, we can't even think that fast.
The funny thing is we're probably not even. We're absolutely not utilizing our technological abilities to anywhere near its full potential. We're literally just getting on here and just having fun.
Yeah, we're barely thinking about taking the training wheels off, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, but it's also pretty exciting too.
Yeah.
I mean,
yep.
All this infrastructure just to have some fun.
We just need these radio manufacturers to get on board with seems like China's pushing the envelope with all these cool little radios and stuff that they make. Like, we need the big manufacturers to hey man, you need to offer more than VHF, UHF, and you need to bring back freaking 220. Like, what's wrong with you guys? But that's a whole nother subject. Well, I'm glad everyone's doing okay, man.
We can't
Everyone's
hear
having
you.
a good week.
Dave was trying to talk. Your audio's not coming in.
Oh, Dave, you got to.
He's not muted. He's not muted. Now you're muted. Now you're not.
Now you're not.
We still can't.
Can't hear you.
Okay, so do sign language, Dave, and Vondo, get your daughter, and then we can. Okay, yep, and then we'll translate that way.
Bang gang. Dude, my daughter's getting really good at ASL. It's
you want me to hook the radio back up, Dave, and you can just come in through the repeater and talk? He shakes his head no. Well, I think we got about 10 minutes left, and then we're gonna. Oh, somebody posted. I've also been playing around.
That was Rick. He's spamming us now.
This is the other thing I've been doing recently. This is why it's nice
you
to
got to
be
stop.
retired.
I'm not going to have any money.
Whatever
left.
I want to do, and this is fun stuff.
This looks like a Nick thing too.
Holy cow! What am I even looking at right now?
It's a $25, if you can believe that, $25 microcomputer. This thing has sensors for sound, light, motion, temperature. It's got LED outputs, beeper output, infrared output. It's just a little plaything for anything to do with I/O control, touch. It'll measure when you touch things on the sides, and
I have to have
clip-on leads and stuff.
Rick,
and
by the way, it's like the size of a quarter.
I just discovered this, but it came out in 2017. This thing's already 5 years old.
Rick, do you secretly work for DARPA and you just pretend to be like a ham?
Yeah.
Right?
Did you say Dharma?
DARPA.
DARPA?
You know, the people, the people that bought Boston Dynamics.
This is all just fun stuff.
Topple governments and stuff, but that's a whole other subject.
You guys can hear me now, right?
We can hear you. We can hear you now. Hell yeah.
Sweet.
What's up?
So I spent the last 20 minutes of the end of the net searching for a picture for Dan of a radar system, a surface-to-air defense missile system I used to work on that was built in 1956.
Ooh.
And it was all tubes, the end to end, the whole thing. All
You
tubes.
got the picture?
I couldn't find it. I'll dig it up
shit.
for next week. I've got it somewhere.
Man. Look at Dan, man. You're torturing the man now. You got him all worked up. And
that reminds me of, this was a few months ago now. Dan, you had talked about a wood plane, and there was a movie associated with it.
Oh, yeah, The Aviator, Howard Hughes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Hughes flying
the Spruce
boat.
Goose.
Yes, the
way of the
Spruce
future.
Goose.
The Spruce
It's
Goose,
the way it's the way of the future.
It's the way
One of these days, I'm gonna watch that movie.
Flush rivets, Odie. Flush rivets. There it is.
Yeah, dude, it's a good movie, man. It's a really good movie.
It's a great movie.
It is a good movie. Yeah.
Todd,
you're on mute. He didn't hear you. You're on mute, Todd.
Yeah, I think I got it now. Yeah, I just went and saw that Spruce Goose for the first time. They moved it up here. I don't know how many years ago, but in near Portland there. That's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. You're in Oregon, Todd?
I'm just across the river in Vancouver, Washington. But yeah,
Okay.
I can't remember where that is, what town now. But
I think it's northwest an hour from Salem. I forget the name of the town myself. Evergreen Aviation Museums, but they got all kinds of cool stuff over there.
Yeah, it was a pretty neat place.
Bert.
What's up, Bert?
What's up?
What's going on, dude? Oh, damn, dude, that mic is coming in 599.
Let's go 5'9".
Let's go 5'9", 5'9".
6'9", 6'9".
Damn. What's going on, Bert? Dude, what's going on? Oh, dang. Striker finally turned on his computer, his
Striker
video.
got it rolling. Third time's a charm, right, buddy? Getting into Zoom.
I had to unplug my camera and plug it back in a couple of times.
Did I just detect what was that? Was that a Sunto or was that a Garmin?
You know, I got an issue with that too, Striker. Where,
Striker's watch.
My camera, I have a
got a
desk
Sunto 9.
camera, and I sometimes have to unplug it and plug it back in, or my computer won't read it. It's weird.
My computer just did updates last night, so hopefully it's not related to that.
Good old Windows, dude.
Using this as a beta tester is fired.
Whenever I have a computer problem, I usually just tell Connor about it, and he knows like 4 solutions to it.
I do Control-Alt-Delete, and that's about it. That's it, man. That's it. No Nintendo. Tech support.
Hey, let me comment on what I posted in chat too. This Circuit Playground Express can be programmed in a language called MakeCode, and I put a link in there for that. I'm actually teaching my 9-year-old grandson how to program using this, and it's dragging and dropping pretty blocks around that make a program. So have a look at that. It's really something. It's new to me too, but I've been learning that. A 9-year-old can program this thing.
I think it's safe to say that after today's meeting, we're all going to keep an eye on you, Rick.
So, I had a question. Is anyone here familiar with like prototyping circuit boards and like how to go about doing that?
I am not personally, but we had somebody on that was involved in that. Oh, Will.
SRX.
No. I'll have to look up his call sign. VDT. I'm gonna get it wrong. But Will has links to people in that industry. And I know that Adam has made a couple of things. I don't know who he used, but he might be another resource. He's in our Discord.
Okay.
And we
is he from the Black Eyed Peas?
Is who from the Black Eyed Peas?
Will.
I am.
Will I am. No? Okay. All right.
No. He lost you there.
Two guys. I see Todd laughing. Bert definitely got the reference.
I got it.
I think Dan's just smiling just to play along. You guys need to wake up. It's hump day, dude.
Wake up. I need to go to bed.
Hey, dude, check this out. Okay, so it's pretty cool, right? Like, we're supposed to be all like ham radio operators and like super nerdy ham. Yay, RF. But we've been talking about chips, dude, this whole time. Like computer stuff. Think about that. Think about it.
Nerd.
Nerd! That's
Hey,
the future.
I got something else to share.
You should tear
Some
apart
of
your
my
bow thing and then get
friends-
back to me.
Some of my friends put me to shame. I just posted in chat. This is a local EE friend of mine. That board is a board that he made one of. This is a personal project. This is KD7F. His name's Jim Summers. But this silk screen board, he asked if anybody can get you started in stuff. He made this in his house. He sent away for the boards from a place in China.
Okay.
But this is what he does for a hobby. That thing is absolute production quality. And this is
Yeah.
just a one shot, one of a kind. He only wanted to make one of this board.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you can think it and draw it like in a program, they can print it and make the board for you.
Yeah, I don't know what he uses for his tools, but it's all free board
Yeah.
development software.
Okay.
Well, if you talk to him, could you maybe find out just an idea? I'm curious how much to have like a limited quantity run of something like that would cost.
I'm looking at his emails. I know that's in here. Hold on.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to upgrade existing Heathkit boards. The variable inductors are ferrite cores inside a paper straw, basically.
Let me see. Get it closer. That's awesome.
And the magnets break and they seize, and there's no replacements available since like the 80s. So you have to actually wind new magnet wire and make one from scratch. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. Let's just modernize the board and get plastic Chinese ones on there. So I've been like learning about tank circuits and resonant frequencies versus capacitance and inductance, and I want to prototype some boards. So
I like it. I like where you're going with that. That's cool.
If you listen to the Ham Radio Workbench podcast, it's a long one. It's like several hours each, but they do a lot of the prototyping type stuff, and they have some tips and tools in there.
Ham Radio Workbench. Thank you.
Right. Thanks a
One of
lot,
the hosts,
Striker.
he's
Now
the,
we can't get a hold of Dan
tech
for the
kinda
next
guy.
4 days.
So you don't want to like take like an old copper board and just like cut it with the X-Acto, like, and then do it that way?
Maybe
Can you do that?
The other thing I've considered, because I'm working on antique clock parts at the same time, different hobby, but I thought about, I guess you can buy blank material that has a copper lining with solder mask, and you can actually do electrolytic etching. And you print with a laserjet printer. You make your trace pattern, you overlay it on the material, and then you etch it in the solution, and it'll take off the copper everywhere except where the toner applied. So I might try that, but I would like to really just send the design to a Chinese manufacturer.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, you get
doable,
those
and
ones that are like
it's gotta
$2
be
for like
fairly-
$5.
Yeah, it's got to be fairly cost effective.
There's
I
somebody.
posted in chat the information from my friend from a recent email. You know, down in the lower right corner of Zoom too, you can save chat. There's a little 3 dots and you can go save chat, and all that stuff will be saved away.
Oh,
I
cool.
think
Thank you.
it's-
Thanks, Rick. Yeah. Diptrace.com.
Man, Rick coming in clutch
Sweet.
today,
He just,
man.
yeah, he just saved me.
Dude,
Super Zoom.
man.
I've been
Super
writing
Zoomer.
all this down right now. I'm just kidding.
I know.
Hit
All right, well-
record and record every single
No, that's
Zoom.
cool. And so it looks like the board, 10 boards for $5 and then $20 shipping. So you design the board. That's
Wow.
way doable.
Yeah, I know
That-
my friend,
that's
he
nice.
actually saves up multiple projects and then sends them off, and there's
Yeah.
one shipping charge for multiple layouts.
Rick, that's sweet. I'm not even gonna screw with the etching business here.
So
That's nice.
hey Dan, and you don't. I don't
Way
know
cheaper.
if you, Dan. I don't know if you saw the picture that he posted. You don't have to. You can engineer it so that it's not surface mount components. You know, you can
Right.
engineer so it's through hole components, easier to solder.
Okay.
You know, easier for hand use. Like what he has here, that's all. He has to be using a digital microscope or
yeah,
something.
he's got a stereo microscope and a
Yeah.
soldering station, and is all doing all that stuff.
So for light duty but commercial grade stuff, and for what you're talking about, Dan, if you're just making them for yourself at first, you probably don't necessarily need to get that intricate with it.
Oh no, I mean this is the trace pattern. It's
Right.
it's single sided through hole 1960s. It's so
Yeah.
basic.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
And then
Hey,
just
Nick,
source your
before we-
components, measure them out, and you're good to go.
Just plywood nails, just breadboard it.
Long
Yeah.
ago, I did use some stuff that was hand put on paste, on a copper clad board, and then you dip it in an acid solution and it eats off all the copper except where the paste is, and then you remove the paste. And I did that 30 years ago.
Yeah, I remember in high school we did something where we had a copper type board. We exposed it to light and did
Okay.
that. It just took basically just a photocopy of the trace, exposed light through that, and then etched the material off. And it seemed like back in the day, Radio Shack sold a kit like that too for making
Yeah.
boards. But I built a couple of 40 meter, I think it's a soft rock, and I can't remember what the other one was. And I sent to somebody here in the US to have the boards made, and it was reasonable too. I'll dig around and see if I can figure out who that was.
Yeah.
Cool.
The etching solution now, if you were to buy it and mix in all whatever you're doing, it's like it costs about the same amount as just sending it off for something like that.
Cool.
But I've seen guys like on YouTube just like take either like a Sharpie to like kind of make the trace and then use that as their mask thing, or like fingernail paint or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Things like that.
Fingernail polish is pretty good. It's pretty resilient, and there's the press and peel paper. I guess you can just print on a laser printer and transfer the toner to it. But cool. Okay.
All kind of stuff.
Well, my mind's officially blown with all the information that I've received tonight.
I know, Rick, man, you screwed us up, dude.
I know a couple of
Nice.
us gotta go pretty quick. Is there anything anybody wants to add before we shut it down? Or if you guys want to keep going, I can pass this off to like Servando, and you can just end the Zoom when you're done.
Bro, my wife just texted me WTF. So,
so
I gotta go.
We're all
He's
in
got
trouble.
something to do. He's got
We're all
some
in
time.
trouble.
She needs
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Dan, you want to hold
She
down
needs
the
to get on
fort?
Zoom.
I haven't even had dinner, so I gotta
Okay.
go.
So we all have some excuse or another to
I
leave.
just got home.
You just got home.
I just
Sorry,
closed
Bert.
the door before I got on here.
I got canceled on what I had to go do, so I'm here now.
All right.
Cool.
Do you want me to pass it to you, Connor?
Nah, because I'm gonna make a couple of phone calls and stuff. I got work tomorrow.
Okay.
I did want to throw out there. So the phenomenon you were talking about earlier, Nick, about not having so nice weather here up north, it's
Mhm.
called SAD, seasonal affective disorder.
I have that.
It's a
I
thing.
have that.
Oh, it's a thing.
But
I
maybe I
never
just need
had
to
that.
take some vitamin D. I don't know.
Yeah. You probably do, man. I mean, look at all the people in England, dude. Like Ireland and shit. They don't get, it's so overcast all the time.
Does that
They
mean
start,
they're all
like,
angry?
falling apart, dude. No, dude, like their teeth fall apart and everything. They get no sunlight. They have to get vitamin D supplements. It's true, dude.
That's because of the
It's always
fluoride
overcast.
content in the water.
Is that